Awesome.
And in this today's session, we are going to discuss about what exactly the project is. See, I am an FSO consultant. One more person is an SD consultant. Another person is an HR consultant.
Okay.
And another person is there an MM consultant. So, as a consultant, when you entered in any company, what exactly we have to do? So, some of my friend has been working in SAP. He's saying that he is in the project of the upgradation, and another my friend is saying that he is in the project of the implementation. Another friend is saying that he is in the supporting. What are the different types of the projects it was? So whatever depends upon the client's requirement, we need to customize the application. In generally, when learning of the class, which we know that's fine. But what is this upgradation? And what is this supporting? And what is this user? And what exactly the implementation? And all these different types of the projects we are having. Under the different types of the projects, let me explain what are the individual or a number of projects which we are having. How many types of the projects are there? How many types of the projects? There was a number of individual projects will be there. The first one, which we are calling as an implementation or customization. So, what was an implementation and what was a customization? In the sense of depends upon the client. See, we are working in a MNC company. As like as an let's take as an Infosys. As in a Infosys person, you are the team members of the Infosys. In Infosys, you are the team which you people are collecting the requirements from the clients. Collecting the requirements from the clients, and as per that client requirements, we can customize the SAP predefined applications, which we are calling as an implementation. That means if the client is not at there in SAP till now, client is not at there in SAP till now, they want to go for the SAP now. They want to go for the SAP at present. That's what we are calling as an implementation. Implementation. Others, if the implementation was already done, that means the client is using the already using the SAP package, and when they are using the SAP package, if they are having any problems or any queries when posting of a transaction, when doing of the working, they will give the contracts to some other companies, which those things which we are calling as an supporting. Means, which simply we can say that pre-production is an implementation. Post-production, after completion of this, that was called as a support. Let's see, I will explain these things. Let's do the PPT. Let's have a look at this one. What exactly will be happening in the real time? We can get it. These are the different types of the projects we are having. In general, when we are searching the profiles also, the sample results in the Google also, one profile is showing with the implementation, another profile is showing with the support, another one which is showing with the upgradation or rollout. What exactly it was? I don't know what it was. Let us see. How many types of the projects will be happening? In the sense of totally four types of the projects. Implementation, support, rollout, upgrade. What is the implementation? First of all, what do you mean by the implementation? In the sense of SAP implementation is the whole process of the whole process of the complete method of the implementing of the SAP software. So for example, one organization will be there, it is not having till now, it's not having an SAP. Now they want to make into the SAP. Now they want to go for the SAP. In that situation, whatever the customization which we are doing, complete process from end to end, which we are calling as an E to E. The end-to-end process for a business organization, which we are calling as an implementation. It means whenever the client has been started just now for making of the SAP, that's what we are calling as an implementation. See, customer wants to migrate the data from legacy system to SAP system. What was the name? Legacy. Yes, that's right. Not the previous data, which we are calling as a non-SAP data. See, myself as a client at present. As a client, I want to go for SAP till right now. But my company has been established in before the 10 years. From the past of the 10 years, my company is running. And from the past of the years, I'm having the purchase orders, sales orders, incoming stocks, outgoing stocks, incoming invoices, outgoing invoices, customers, vendors. A lot of the things will be there. But whenever I'm coming into the SAP just now, shall I leave the total data? No. The data also has to be imported to the SAP by using the tool which we can call as a legacy migration. The data which we can call as a legacy data. That legacy data also has to be convertible into the SAP system, will be considered into the implementation. Okay. And the next one, support. What was the support? Which is it? The client, that means the company, is already working with the SAP. Right? See, customer has already installed the SAP and wants to give the maintenance in the sense of any problems or any queries, whatever it has been generated, they wants to give it to the some other companies. That is called as a support. See, yeah? Customer has been already installed the SAP and wants to give the work of maintaining of those systems. Either if it is a networking side, otherwise it is in the functional side, otherwise it is in the technical side. Whatever it was. See, after it go live, the application needs a support to resolve the issues. When working on that one, is there any problems or it is generated? That the problems has to be resolved by the supporting team using by that different types of the tickets. Ticket is nothing but like a problem. That problem, in other words, which we can call as a query, that can be generated by the in a form of ticket, and that ticket can be cleared by the consultant, depends upon the priorities. So today I have got the totally 10 tickets from the client. What he is saying that whenever I am posting in a purchase order, in that purchase order it was not showing that something. The stock was not posting what I have to do. Or else after posting of the purchase order, when I am saving the application for that particular purchase order transaction, it will be showing that some error. What I have to do. I don't know why, because I am a user. I don't know the SAP. But I am sending that to your team, maintenance. As a maintenance person, you need to resolve that. But that resolution will be depends upon the prioritization. That is the second part. First one is the implementation. Whenever the new customer or new company wants to convert the business software to SAP, there is an implementation. And the second one is a support. Whenever the customer using the SAP software or SAP package, in that situation, any problems have been solved, any problems have been generated, the resolution will be happening by the support team. And the third one is a upgrade. What is an upgrade in the sense of I am having some X, for example, but now I need the Y. See, in before of the starting of the SAP classes, just we have discussed about. Present now we are using the SAP, the version of the 6.0 ECC, Enterprise Core Component or Enterprise Core Electronic Core Component process of 6.0, and in before of the 6.0, it is in a 4.7 EE Enterprise Edition. Say for example, if the client is already having the SAP with them, but that was in a 4.7 version. Now, my client want to migrate the 4.7 version into the 6.0. Like as in the mobile, for example, which I am using the KitKat version of the Android. Again, I want to upgrade for another version. As like that here also, which the client is working in some version, and they want to made up of into the new version. In that situation, we can go for the upgradation. Upgrade. It was an upgrade. And the fourth one is a rollout. Roll out in the sense of the customer was upgraded the version and wants to roll out the some other specific changes to the particular currency or country. Say for example, myself is in a client, okay, which I am having already the version, the 6.0 version is there, and under that I have already in implementation when they when during the implementation I am having the two plans. I'm having the two plans. One is an a Pune plan, another one is an a Hyderabad plan. But now, what I'm asking that I have started another new plan in Mumbai. I want to add that plan also today. Then what I have? I'm going to use it as the goal line. In that situation, which we can call it a roll out. Say, SAP implemented it in one plan sometime back. Sometime back, one plan has been deployed. And new plan has been started at now, so that the customer wants to SAP to be implemented for new plan also. SAP wants to make for the new plan also. In that situation, we can go for the something. This is called as in general, in simply, which we can call it as the copying of the existing SAP into another. So for example, in Reliance Global Services, for example, I am having the Reliance Communications. The Reliance Communications is working with SAP. And after completion of some of these or some of them, I have created I have started another business. That was a Reliance Hypermarket. I want to make the Reliance Hyper also into the SAP. But instead of creating everything, whatever which I have created for the Reliance Communications, I can make it in the rollout into the this one. See here, that's what here is which we are saying that rollout is copying the same configuration for the particular country or the particular plan, which is called the rollout. That's why when we are going to the interview part, if you are resuming, in the beginning of your resume, just which project you have done. Is it the project type of implementation, or the rollout, or else the upgrade, or else the support? Which one you are working now? I'm putting up the tickets. And the next one, it was an implementation. So here which we are discussing about the implementation first one. Like that, what is an implementation will be happening? In the implementation, the total process of the implementation, the process of the implementation can be done in two ways. One is the SAP methodology. What is the ASAP means of accelerated SAP. Accelerated SAP. So, first of all, let us is the establishment. Whenever a company is implementing this total company into the SAP, that total implementation will be happening in the 5 levels, or the 5 phases. total process which we call it as SAP methodology. SAP methodology. So in this process of this SAP methodology, we can have the totally 5 different phases. The first one, which we are calling as a project preparation, or else which we can call as a high level preparation. High level. And second level, which we are calling as a BBP, means business blueprint. And the third one is a realization. And the fourth one is the final preparation. And the last one is the go live. So when you're facing up an interview and you're putting the experiences in the documents, if the user or the interviewer is asking, okay, Mr. which you have done the implementation, on which level you have worked? So here the first level or the project preparation level is called as a high level preparation. During this phase, the team of our company, that means the team of the Infosys, will be discussing with the clients. We're going to be discussing with the client. That means we'll be discussing with some seller farmers or something, whatever. We'll be discussing with them, and the preparation of team, how many modules they require, how much of the team size they require, and what is the how much of the duration it has to be complete. In how much of the duration? It will be take 1 year or 2 years or 3 years and whatever. And what will be the budget for these years for this implementation? How much is the budget? How much of the amount we have to pay? The client has to be paid. So all these things can be handled by the project preparation phase, which is called as a high level preparation or project preparation. Simply we can say that in this project preparation or high level preparation phase, the high level team is making the MOUs with clients. What was an MOU in the sense of mutual of understanding, in depending upon the budget and the required teams and required team members, and as well as the project durations and everything can be done by the first phase. And in the second level, which we can call as the name BBP, business blueprint. Here, what will happen in the second level and the second team? So our company and the client company has been already incorporated and the MOU has been finished. And the next level in the Infosys is called as a business blueprint. Here now our team will be there, the business analyst team. They are going to the client place. They are going to the client place, and what they are doing that they are preparing the blueprints. That means the second level of the Infosys people has been went to the Cipla company, and they are researching the Cipla organization, and they are collecting the requirements from them. How many plants are there? How many purchasing organizations are there? How many company codes are there? How many sales organizations are there? Who are the different types of the vendors will be there? Who are the different types of the customers which they are having? And how to make the third party billing, and how to make the purchase orders, incoming stocks, outgoing stocks, incoming invoices, and they are discussing everything with the client, and they are collecting their requirements, and they are preparing into the documentation. This is called as a second level, and majorly here which we have to use some technical words of the systems landscape. Landscape in the sense of how it will be connecting, and when the implementation will be start, and when it will be completing, and when it will be sign off. That means directly into the usage. And all these things depends upon the documentation wise, not in the words. Completely by the documentation wise, it will be considered. That's why here, in this phase, team will create the business blueprint, which is detailed documentation of the results gathered during the requirement workshop. This is the requirement discussion between of the client and company. And after completion of this, it will be comes into the realization. What do you mean by the realization? In general, realization is nothing but I can make into understanding. Isn't it? Realization is nothing but I can understand. As like that, here, what is this realization or understanding? In the previous business blueprint, what they said that they gathered in the requirements. That means they have collected the requirements. As per those of the requirements which they have collected, documentation will be there. The documents will be given to the a number of things. He is Mr. Depends upon the SG team. He is Mr. for the FIT. He is Mr. for the purchasing team. He is Mr. so on. Given to the individual team. Under those teams, there should be a number of consultants will be there. They are customizing the applications and this realization. See here, in this phase, we will implement the business and process requirements based on the blueprints. Depends upon the blueprints, they need to make the collection, whatever they have collected, for those we need to make into the particular process. Making into one process or one implementation can be done by the realization. First, the connection in between of the client and company. And the second, what they require. And the third, whatever they have collected, the requirement has been given, but then how to do. That is the third one. And after completion of the implementation, it has been given to the final preparation. That means which I have collected, I have created the purchase organization, plans, warehouses, shipping point, cold point, sales information, everything which I have done. I have customized those. But those of the customization works can be used by the client itself. This is the end users. That means the end users has to know how to work on that one. Is it clear enough? For that purpose, we are providing the training to the users of the client. We are providing the training for client users. That will be happening in the final preparation. See, in this phase, testing is completed. In this phase, testing is completed. Team will be complete the testing to finalize to your readiness. Is it possible to work with this directly or not? Readiness to go live and serves you to resolve the all critical open issues. What are the different types of issues they are having? Is there any problem which they are having? And everything can be happened by these. Resolve the critical open issues upon successful of the completion of this phase. Completion of this phase. And see here, data converted, unit test, cutover plan, and users trained. Data has been converted or not, and as well as how to make the unit testing, and what are the cutover activities, as well as finding to the end users. All these things can be happened by the final. And after completion of this one, and the next one is the go live and support. In this phase, all the development of that. That means in our company we have done all these things. Whatever we have done, all these things has to be moved to the client list. See, we are in Infosys. In Infosys, we are sitting in our office and we are working in our server. The server data or whatever which we have done in our system, this has to be go for the client place. Because they are the user. We are giving to them That is called as it's simply we can say that all the development which we have done in our company and all the production in the use of usage of data, how it will be. That is a go live and stop. So this is what we can call as a SAP methodology. So how many types of the projects will be there, and as well as in implementation how many levels will be there, and in which level person what they are doing, under which level what they are doing. And now, what is the client business process? What is the requirements gathering? What was in a gap? And what is a master data? These are the technical words which we have to learn. What is the BDs? Business docs. B docs are there. And as well as what is the functional specs? And what would be the technical specs? Technical specifications. And what do you mean by the configuration? Is there any difference between the configuration and the customization? And after completion of the configuration and the customization, is there any cutover activities will be there? How the cutover activities will be working? Testing. See, client business process first. What do you mean by the client business process? How the client's company is working. How the client's company is working. Say for example, client is giving to the payments to the vendor. Is they are giving the payments to the vendor by the cash, or by bank, or by the online transfer, or by the check payment, or by the bill of exchange, or else they have given already in before 1 year some advance system. There should be different types of modes of payment to be there. As like that, what they are using, that is called as a client business. How the client's company will be running. It's called as a client business process. And requirement gathering. So for example, which I am the client. I am the client. What I am saying that in my company, I am doing the payments for the vendors, which I said that in the client business. I am doing the payments to the vendor. But how I am making the payments in the I am paying the payments to the vendors by through the check, which I said that in the client business. At the time, in the situation, what are the requirements to make the payment by through the bank? There should be the bank account will be there, the checkbook will be there, the check lots will be there. From the check lot, one check has been given to the client, vendor. Is the check was cleared or not? These are the requirements. How the client's business is running, and how when during of the business running, what we have required. How the business is running. When during of the business running, what we require. How the business was running, and for the business running, what we require. And the gap. If you are saying that your business will be like this, for making of your business transactions, this is the requirement. But that requirements will not be matching up with the SAP. Say for example, in the client which is asking, which is saying that I am having the multiple of the vendors, for each and every customer and for every each and every vendor, I am giving the vendor ID or the customer ID. But my SAP system is not having the customer ID or vendor ID. That is only the vendor number. Then what I have to do? Is it not possible to change the vendor number to the vendor ID? Means it is possible. But the client requirement is a vendor ID. Here it was an SAP is a vendor number. That means they both are not matching. In that situation, the gap has been created. Gap in the sense of the client requirement and the SAP system will not be matching up by the fields wise, by the areas wise, or something, whatever it was, which we are calling as the gap. How to close the gap? Getting that one also. And master data creation. So on a SAP totally we are having a multiple of the master data. The major master data which we require. The first one, general ledger master data. The second one, vendor master data. And the third one, customer master data. And the fourth one, material master data. And the fifth one, bank master data. And the last one, asset master data. If the client is having already some master data with them, how to make it in the SAP as like as an LSL. Otherwise, now we want to create the customers or the vendors or something, whatever. Whatever the fields which we created, what are the fields which they required? Is it will be matching up with it or not? Is there any gap will be there? How to fulfill that gap? And everything will become the master. Now, business document. Whatever the client business process will be there, depends upon the business process, we need to prepare the requirement gathering. Okay. For that requirements, we need to prepare one business document. Say, for example, of which we are working for the client of the Apollo Super Specialty Hospital. The client is the Apollo Super Specialty. Instead of the customer, they are asking about of the patient ID, patient name, joining date, joining. Means, as a functional consultant of the MISC, whatever it was, we need to prepare one business document. How many pools they required, and for that field, what is the length they required, and what is the data types they required, and everything will be discussed in the business document. And as per in the business documents, what is the specs? What do you want? Which I said that the fields. I mean require these things. Those are called as the functional fields. What was the technical specification? I need the patient ID, the field. That is the functional specification. That patient ID should be as a character type. And it can have the length of the 20 digits. That is a technical specification. Means whatever visible will be there front end is called as a functional. In the back end, how it will be run? That was a technical. For this functional, how to make the technical specification. And is there any difference in between of the configuration and the customization? Is there anything? Configuration, which is not there. It's not there. Nothing is there. You need to make it. There is a configuration. If it is something is there, we need to make some changes. That is called as a customer. If the customer is not there, customer table is not there, or vendor table is not there, now we need to create the vendor table, the vendor field, and everything. That is a configuration. If the table is there already, one field has to change. That is called as a customer. Anything which we are preparing, new one is called as a configuration, which was already there, and we are making the modification as per our requirement, which we are calling as a customer. And after completion of this configuration, the customization, is it was working or not? That is a cutover. How it will be working. And in the testings also, we are having the different types of testing. Unit, scenario, integration, and user activity. Unit, the total enterprise structure which we have done from our side. This ML. From SD people they are doing. From the FA people they are doing. From the WM people they are doing. Right? That unit wise has been linked with each and every one or not. There was any unit. And scenario testing. I can plug that sales organization to the company code. Company code, sales organization, distribution channel. For the sales organization, the plan. From the plan, which division product. The division product will be manufacturing, stored in the which storage location. And when that was manufactured, it will be going to which shipping point. And the values has to be posted in which general ledger. That is a scenario. And integration. Whenever the purchase order has been generated, for example, from the vendor, or this is the order to the vendor. Okay. The order values has to be shown in the financials. That means, is that values has to be integrated with this finance or not? Is that sales order values has to be goes to the sales revenue or not? All those things will be called as an integration test. And user acceptance test. The user doesn't require the backend. Simply the user saying that when I have entered this one, this has to be. When I have entered this one, this has to be. Is that whatever they are asked, it has to. Is it has been came or not? That is called as a user acceptance test. The user will be accepting that or not. And weekly status meeting, how the meetings will be there. And kickoff meetings as well as escalation. And this is what we can call it as an implementation. From this implementation, we are going to the tickets. That means supporting. What do you mean by supporting? Now the implementation was done. No? That's what I will let you know. Good question. What is the weekly status meeting? You are an MM person. He's an SD person. I am the FA person. Like that, there is a 3 users will be there. Okay. And first, as an FA person, I need to create the company code. For that, as an MM people, you need to create the plan. For that, you need to create the sales organization. Right? When at the end of the week, by the Friday evening, we finance team is sitting together and we are discussing whatever the job status we have been given to this week. Is it was finished or not? We are checking from ourselves. That is in a weekly status meeting. Kickoff meeting is like as in a wrestling, game. That means in one meeting, I am there from the financials. My team is there. You are there. MM team, your team is there. SD person is there and SD team also is there. What we are doing that when we are discussing with the SD people, SD person is saying that the FA people has been doesn't given the company code for me. That's why I am not able to assign my sales organization to the company. But FA people is saying that I have already created a problem. Who is the reliable? Who is telling the truth and who is telling the false? We got it. In that situation, we can make the both of the teams at a day. We can realize that one. That is called as a kick-off meeting. That's why I'm saying the wrestling team. Why? Because one person is discussing, another person is kick-off. Another person is coming to from there. Another person is coming to from there. Like that, single team meeting will be the weekly meetings. Kick-off meetings in the sense of all the teams. And escalations. Escalations is nothing but problems and solutions. And supporting projects. In the supporting project, what will be happens in the sense? Which we discussed till the implementation. And the second is the supporting. That means after the implementation. Support. In this support, which you can ask that, okay boss, the client user is in the Mumbai, I am in the Hyderabad in my company, which they are having some problem. They are sending the mail to me, or else they are sending the any phone call to me. This is the problem which I have to do. No, they are connecting. That means they are giving the request to us by using the ticketing tools. See, for example, if I want to go for the Gmail, how I can go for the Gmail? So by using the Google Chrome, or the standard browser, Internet Explorer, or else the Mozilla Firefox. That means these are the different tools. Now, as like that, whenever you want to interact with the client, the client wants to interact with yours. There's a different types of the ticketing tools will be there. Those of the tools are the Radix, Remedy, and Tracking. Generally, regularly we are using the Tracking. Means which of the tickets has been generated for us and how it will be and how it will be. And the next one is the SLA, Service Level Agreement. In this service level agreements, we need to make the confirmation from the client when this issue has to be closed. I have generated one issue to Mr. Sacha. You need to close that issue. But can you take that in 1 month or 2 months or 1 week or 1 week? But I am in require immediately. That's why when I am sending that issue to yours, I am giving the prioritize. That is called as a ticketing agreement. Here there is a totally 4 different types of the ticketing system. Critical means whenever I have given one issue, I am saying that it is a critical. You need to finish and you need to resolve that within 8 hours. And is there any high priority tickets will be there that can be or that should be solvable in the 16 hours? And is there a medium? Is there it can be cleared by the 5 working hours? Is it can be any low? It can be in the 10 hours. And in an implementation, if it is a project team will be there. What are the different types of the roles will be there? Or what are the different types of the members will be there? So consultant means third level of realization phase. Team lead, the second level. On-site and offshore, which I said that we need to discuss with the client directly. That's why our person will be sitting on there in the client phase and they are collecting the requirement, which is called as an on-site. And the project head. Project head is not responsible for one team. He is responsible for all the teams. Here the persons which we are calling as a core techno functions. Core techno functions are the core functions. Because you can able to understand with the a multiple of different functionalities. Right? Those are the persons which is called as a project lead. And project manager is a techno functional of core. Is having the technical and the functional of core. All the functions, which is called as a project manager. And as a functional consultant, how can I connect with the client systems? So using the development system and the quality system, and then how it will be going to connect with the different types of the system. And what are the different types of the servers which we are having. And how to make a network in between of the one system to another system. And all the things which we can call as how to connect with the client network and client system. And this will be completing with us today. And tomorrow we will complete this one. That means what is the quality server and what is the development server and what is the production server. How to connect. So shall I send the resume? Shall I send the mail to yours? No. How it works? There should be some network will be there. And whenever as a functional consultant, when we are creating anything and we are saving anything, it will be shows with the.
Hello.
రేపు 12 దాకా ఉన్నాడు
Hello.
బాగుంది అనుకోండి నేను మాట్లాడుతున్నానండి అడుగుతాను ఇమ్మంటే రేపు నేను ఇస్తాను.
Hello.
ఏమని చెప్పావు?
Hello.
నాకు అక్కర్లేదు.
Hello.
హలో యా విష్ణు చెప్పండి. హలో
Hello.
యా విష్ణు టెల్ మీ. హలో.
Hello.
So as like that which we have.
Hello.
How to connect the client network.
Yes sir, voice break అవుతుంది.
లేదు how to connect with the client network in between of the different types.
Okay.
Production, quality, and development. What will be happening in the production? What will be happening in the quality? And what will be happening in the development? And how to make a network in between of that? That's all the things which we have to discuss. That's we will see you tomorrow evening. Right? Now Vishnu, are you understanding what will be happening?